Just over a year ago, Connie Fisher was earning £150 a week as a telesales girl. Today, she's the toast of the West End as the star of the hit musical The Sound of Music.
High on a hill was a lonely goat herd. Loud was the voice of the lonely goat herd. I simply remember my favourite things, and then I don't feel so bad.
The one and only Connie Fisher. You know, it must seem like light years ago to you now, because it does to me. It's odd to call you new anymore, because you're an established star now.
Thank you. Well, it's a year ago, actually, a year ago yesterday that I started rehearsals. So it's been a massive year, and thankfully I'm still enjoying it, and I'm never, ever, ever bored.
Has it got slightly easier, Connie? Because we were all worried at the beginning about stamina. I mean, that's the thing. You know, you were ever so keen, ever so willing. You were the right person, and yet we just feared for the fact that, of course, you'd never sung every night of the week.
Well, obviously it was my first job, but I had gone to drama school. I went to Mountview Academy in North London for 3 years, so that prepares you in some way to be on top of the game. But I just never given the opportunity, so this was my one and only chance, really, to break into the West End, and thank heavens for it.
You mercifully now get 2 performances off a week, and I'm glad you said yes in the end. Oh, all right, then I will, you know, because that must at least give you a little bit of respite.
It does, and it allows me to be Connie as well as Maria.
Yeah, forget who you are. Is it now? Do you still pinch yourself after
every day? Every time the curtain goes up, I have to pinch myself before the light goes on me, because I cannot believe that I'm performing to 2,500 people a night, and at the end of it, every night they stand up and applaud, and to have made a success of a TV programme, and it wasn't like an X Factor. This is a lifetime prize, so they've given me wings to kind of go into the business, and I'm just so grateful for that.
Was there a moment into the run where you suddenly thought, I am here, I am doing it, I can do it, now I can really enjoy it? How long did it take before that moment came?
I think I've always felt that I had to prove myself, obviously with the critics, but when I won the Critics Award last March, I won the Critics Award for Most Promising Newcomer, and Sam Mendes had won it, really big people who have gone and do massive things, and I thought to myself, right, if the critics like me, I don't have to prove myself anymore.
The nicest thing was you weren't picked out of sympathy, you were picked because you were blooming good.
Oh, thank you.
Having heard you sing in rehearsal here, you have such a treat to come. So she's going to sing a little bit later on. But Leslie Garrett was on a couple of weeks ago, and Leslie was saying, you know, how you'd help one another, because Leslie said she'd never done a show like that before, a musical, as it were.
It was our first musical. Obviously, I'd done musicals through college, but this was my first job in a musical. And so it was Leslie's as well, and when we had Simon Shepherd on board as well, it was his first musical, so it was a massive, massive journey for us all. You're
just about to have another cast change, a big one, apart from you. You're in it till February.
Yes, it happened last night. It was my opening night with the new cast last night.
How are they?
They are phenomenal. They are just fantastic, you know.
Damn, I was really hoping for Von Trapp. After my audition at the top of the show, I think there's absolutely no chance of getting it. So is that harder for you, because you're kind of...
It was different for me. Obviously, it kind of affects, you've got a different person in front of you reacting and with you, and it's just, I'm blessed with a really nice bunch of people.
In a way, I suppose it freshens up your performance.
It does, it really does, and for me it'll keep it fresh, and what with the new kids coming every 3 months, it'll just keep the performance alive, and I just think it'll run and run and run, because it's the sound of music.
Do you have your own little rituals now that you do every night?
I do have some crazy things that I do.
What do you do?
I kind of siren all the time, all the time. People think I'm a nutter, especially on the tube.
On the tube? Not a good place to do it on the tube.
I get some funny looks.
She must be Connie Fisher. She can't be. She's making very odd noises. She's barking. She thinks she's Connie Fisher, but isn't.
It puts them off. And sometimes there's a point in the show where I whistle, so I practice my whistle before I go on. And if I'm in the dressing room, apparently it's very bad luck to whistle in your dressing room. So my dresser said you have to go outside, turn around 3 times and spit on the floor and come back in. So that's what I do.
Looking now at this amazing career, do you find it's difficult to keep normal, to keep your feet on the ground? I mean, relationships, are they hard?
Well, my boyfriend always says, you're the same Connie, just everyone treats you different.
Yeah.
And I think he's right. It's been a whirlwind for me, but it's been such a journey that I've had to it's been a learning curve rather than a whistle-stop tour. I think it's a life journey that I'm going on.
I remember that wonderful bit of advice that Dame Margot Fontaine gave out. She said, to take your job seriously is imperative, to take yourself seriously is disastrous.
Yeah, just
and
don't
I
take
think
yourself
you've
seriously.
managed to avoid that.
Yeah.
But where from here, Connie? You know, this kind of length of run, superb West End show, and yet you've always said you wanted to play Mary Poppins.
I have always wanted to play Mary Poppins. There was a mention of Funny Girl with Andrew. That may not be happening for a couple of years because things don't happen overnight. You know, I waited 2 years for my first job. I'm kind of hoping to spread my wings into television a bit. Perhaps there's something on the horizon there, so watch this space.
In terms of singing or acting?
Both, I think. I think my heart lies in musical comedy, and
Good
that's
for you.
Yeah, I do like a bit of a laugh. So I'll be looking forward to next year, and I hope it's as joyous as this year's been.
You're in until February.
In February, 24th.
So plenty of time still to come and see you.
Yes.
And is Lord Lloyd Webber popping in every now and again just to make sure you're on top form? And
He is. He's such a character. He's like a dad to me, really. He comes in. He's such a father figure. Are you all right? Do you want this? Do you want that? Have you got any water? He's really, really supportive.
Well,
so.
you made him. You turned his career around, you know. His voice had gone, you know. He's borderline on the looks. He's worrying about the looks. So I think you really turned it around for him.
Don't diss the Lord. Yeah,
Don't diss the
he
Lord.
is like the Lord's, you know. He's the boss of a business, so I have much respect and much love for him.
It was lovely to see the light in his eye when you won, and I think a lot of us felt that light in our eyes when you won.
I like his little punch in the air that I replay every day.
He got the girl he wanted, and so do we. You'll sing for us a little bit later on.
I will, thank you.
You're very kind. But for the moment, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Connie Fisher.
Thank you.